The following program was paid for by Southern American Media.
Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Hope your day is going well. Odie is in with us this morning. Punch me if I sit around and wait 8 seconds again and not hit the button.
I'm trying to learn all these specific times myself, but we're going to make it.
Yeah. We had an issue just a little bit ago while we were doing weather at the 6:30 break to where this fancy-dancy new computer just can't handle it. It made it 14 minutes and went,
They just don't make them like they used to.
This is like the fourth, fifth time I've had trouble with this. It's going back to the factory, and we're going back to our old computer that is steady Eddie. So we'll fix that at 9. So if we can make it 15 minutes without issues, we'll have it licked through this show.
That's right. Now, I don't look near as good as that woman you had on here last night. And not near as talented either.
She is very talented.
Man, does she have a voice.
And we'll be cutting up everything and doing some of the interviews from last night coming up this today. We'll post that out there. A big thank you to Holly for coming in and tell us what's going on behind the scenes. And as she said, no hard feelings between her and Blake at this point.
That they had some words right after, and he appreciated it. So I guess that kind of makes us feel better. We were the ones, I guess, reading more into it than what it was. But, hey, I mean, that's what we saw.
Yep.
So
the rest of the world. But we can't say thank you enough. Of course, this is spring break for a lot of people who are taking it easy, relaxing, and then the rest, everybody's out of town.
Yeah, they're just hanging out at the beach.
Yep.
And it's a little nippy down there, too.
And that's what makes me wonder why spring break isn't changed just a little, because it's still cold during this spring break. Wouldn't it be?
Well, spring break down in L.A. there, it goes for through the whole month of April. So you've got everybody that's trying to fit in with their 1 week where you don't have so many people. So I guess this is the week that we've picked and pretty much well stuck to it. But yeah, it's a little early to go down there and jump in the ocean.
Now, we're getting reports that audio is horrible this morning. And I am not sure if that is on TV or if that is on our end. Let me see here. If I can send a text.
We got another one on there. We sound awful on TV. Audio on TV is terrible. It's distorted on TV.
And now, I have not heard on the other side of the Facebook side of that. Sounds good on YouTube. So we've got an issue at the television station. Let me hang on here. Let's wake somebody up down at the television station there.
So Facebook is good.
That's
hopefully we can get everything worked out and go through the rest of your week. It is hump day. We're halfway there. We made it to Wednesday. Time is flying by. I can't believe we've already made it this far. Already halfway through the week. But y'all hang on because Friday's coming.
All right.
It'll be here.
We have texted the TV station, and maybe they'll be fixing that here in just a second. So if you're watching on television and is acting up, grab your phone, switch your television over to Facebook or on YouTube, and you'll be able to hear us perfect.
Yeah.
It's the television station. They need to reboot something at the station, a little technical area. And I ain't making fun of nobody because Scotty Ray has had his issues this morning.
But y'all stick with us. You're going to enjoy the show anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Odie, we need to get to a situation that has happened in Meridian.
Well,
and let's just go ahead and pull this up. This happens from time to time in big cities like this. Here we go.
Or either football fields.
Yes, sirree. Last night, the College Park Flasher's career was cut short. Now,
no pun intended.
Right. We're not sure if that's any truth to Alan Jackson's song playing in the background. It's all right to be a little bitty. We don't know any of that.
You don't have a clue yet.
We don't. But police arrived, and he was. People were eating, and he was at the window just trying to do his thing. And That was cut short as MPD arrived. We do not know if the business at this point filed charges to have him cuffed and stuffed. We don't know, but they did arrive and remove him from the scene.
I mean, okay, it was nippy. So is this the naked man trying to cover up a little bit?
No. Two totally different people.
We've got competition out there. Now I wonder if we're going to have a flasher woman. Naked man found him a woman, so can the flasher find him one?
We'll see. And, and seriously, as we talk about this, Naked Man has been is it the word hiatus lately?
Yeah.
I have not gotten any reports from North Hill Street in the last few weeks.
Yes, he's on an extended spring break.
Yes, sir, Bob.
He started early.
We've had some warm weather, and I really thought that he'd be out and about. Now,
yeah.
Let's see here. And somebody else, Roy said that they've muted the TV and are using the audio from Facebook.
Hey, there we go.
Streaming to hear it.
Might be like Japanese, where our mouths might move a little bit different than the sound. Be off about a second, but
yeah, it's a little delay in between the two. But we apologize for that, and we're trying to get someone at the TV station raised. Hopefully, I woke them, and they'll be able to do something here in just a little bit.
Get that fixed for you.
Yeah, Donald texted me. He said down the road here everything's perfect on YouTube and all. So
good deal.
We did have a situation in Meridian yesterday where if you were driving along and wondered where all the coppers come from, they were headed to Highway Village, and that is directly across from the Honda dealership in Meridian because someone had been cited. As we pull this up, Odie, we go here, and this is just a glimpse. Let me go back and get this to where everybody can take a look at this. This is Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office arriving on scene. As we look at this, it was reported that the man that they were looking for had been spotted. And as you'll see him jumping in the car with this, all the Meridian PD showed up, and also Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department arrived on scene to make the arrest of the gentleman that was a suspect in the robberies in Collinsville and also the Exxon station here in Meridian, as that just keeps going there. Cops were everywhere there.
And he's already got his own probation violation is what they're holding him for now, correct?
Correct. And if I am not mistaken, it's for the same crime 3 or 4 years ago.
So
what does that tell us?
He's got the same, what do they say on TV, the MO?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So a big thank you to Meridian Police Department and also the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department. They worked jointly to take care of this problem. You're going, well, who is that? Here's the gentleman that they were looking for, Brandon Lee McClellan. Did I pronounce that correctly? McCleon. Again, a suspect until proven guilty in the court of law for the robberies, but he was also arrested on a warrant that was already out from him of an old one there. So they got a reason to have him, and investigators will either prove or disprove. We expect more charges of fleeing and a lot of other things to be tacked on. So we'll be adding to this story in the next little bit.
He's off the street and back where he belongs for the time being, but everybody's got their due time in court. And,
right.
We want the law to prevail whichever way. We don't know. That's for the judge and his peers to decide.
We'll have that in a little bit. All right, we've got more on the way. We'll be right back here in a moment as we begin your day, and we'll get in touch with the TV station, make sure they got all this stuff they're working on there. Be right back. Mark your calendars for the Spring Extravaganza Show coming Saturday, April the 15th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and conveniently located at the old Office Max building at Bonita Lake Circle. From boutique clothes, shoes and accessories, children's clothing, spring plants, jewelry, gift items. Come shop and have lunch with Jack Sausage Dogs. The Spring Extravaganza Gift Show coming Saturday, April the 15th from 9 until 4 at the old Office Max building in Meridian. Call Becky at 601-480-1776. If you're an outdoorsman, Garrett's Outfitters is the place to head to in Meridian. They have a complete line of gloves to keep your hands warm in these cold mornings, toboggans to block that wind, and America's favorite Carhartt, from the rugged overalls to slacks and shirts. Work boots and mud boots as well. Browse around the gun accessories and a complete line of just about any gun. Protect your investment, your guns, with one of the many Browning gun safes they have to choose from. For the outdoorsman in your family, it's Garrett's, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Have you been in an auto accident? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Don't settle for less and know your rights. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Okay, we've spoken to the television station, and they are working on the audio here in just a moment. Hope to have that back, but again, if you're watching television, you're going, I just can't handle it no more. Flip over to YouTube or Facebook to watch the show this morning.
You know, they can turn the volume down and just look at what we've got. I mean,
look, I hate to make fun of my own self, but I feel like a big watermelon wearing this shirt. Oh, that is why I've never worn this shirt much. It looks like a watermelon.
A striped watermelon.
Yeah, at that.
I've still got a face for radio.
Well, we're working on that.
I need to get my makeup going. I need me a makeup girl.
Yeah, we do need one here. I shine a lot.
I do too. We
got the lighting off because that big light's still on. We'll fix that in a moment too, where it'll calm things down and look a little bit better here in a moment. Who else does this? Me and Odie were talking about while I was texting the TV station. He was talking, and I cannot text and talk because whatever is being said to me, I'm going to text instead of what I'm trying to say.
Then I'll really mess up conversations.
Do you do the same?
Then. I'm the same way. I'll start talking and try and text, and then I'm texting what I'm saying. So what I just texted has no bearing on what the original text was supposed to be.
Right. Christy said I may look like a basket instead of a big watermelon. I keep eating, I'm going to be a big old watermelon.
I ain't far from it now, I tell you. Doctor told me yesterday, are you exercising like I told you to? And I said, oh, I'm exercising, but probably not as much as you told me to.
Whoops. And I've gotten out of the habit of walking like I should every day. And I got to get back into that situation. That's what we're hoping to fix there.
Yeah, got to do that.
Right. The next situation that you would see a lot of flashing lights in Meridian yesterday. They were headed down past the hospitals into a certain location, and that certain location would be over the Walgreens store. Someone made, and we'll just use the term threat to the store. That turned out to be not the case, didn't it?
It did, and that was linked back to a particular person. They weren't the smartest, and now the FBI has that case.
FBI gets involved when you make a threat. You know, I saw this week to where that happened to a school in North Mississippi this week, where someone made that same type threat. Yes. They also will be visited by the FBI.
That's what they call taking it serious.
They do.
And it needs to be done because you're putting panic inside, not just the people inside that store, but the employees.
Yeah.
And it's in the back of their mind going, now I've got to go back in here and reopen. And you can tell there's no threat. You're fine. Because now Meridian PD, boom, they were Johnny on the spot. They've got great people down there able to go in and clear it, make sure that everything's good, nothing's out of the ordinary, and make it safe. So even though you know that this isn't credible, you still have to take that extra step. You still have to go in and make sure that it's safe for our public and the employees.
Y'all say, Donnie, you go on in and call us, let us know how you're doing.
That's right. If I hear
Stay
something,
in touch.
If I hear something, I'll call.
Really, think about that, of being that guy that has to be the one to go investigate. Because there's got to be somebody, and do y'all draw straws? How does that work?
Well, when we were out at the A store in Marion, and
I remember that.
Yeah, and so here I go bebopping in, and somebody says, "Where's Greg at?" And Greg said, "Somebody got to tell what happened." So I ain't going in there.
You go right ahead.
Yeah.
But and we joke about that, but that is the honest truth. No matter where that is in the United States, it's got to be that one man who leads the way in there.
Yeah, and it is in the back of your mind. Hey. What if there's something to it? And what if this thing does? I'm in the middle of it. But I said I do on the job, and that's part of it, to keep the community safe. And
that's what you do.
That's what I do.
Now, we had another incident last night on Lauderdale-Toomsuba Road. I think it was the 8100 block. And we have to praise these guys as often that we do the volunteer fire department. I think it was possibly a total loss, but it couldn't be helped by the time the guys arrived on scene. Let's pull this up. This home was already in flames. Fortunately, no one was hurt from my understanding. Yep. As you'll see, all the lights there.
Yeah, it's, this happened fairly late, so everybody's already getting ready for bed, and then all of a sudden pagers go off, and you're called to go to a scene. So you're already a couple minutes behind the 8-ball.
Right.
But they were able to get there, all the crews out there. It was Lauderdale, Russell, Toomsuba, did an awesome job.
Miss Gail, thank you for picking on me. It's good to see you this morning, too. Well, let's see. William Sheffield joining us there.
Yeah,
also,
good morning.
Teresa Berry up in Adam, Briarwood.
Man, I tell you, we got them coming in. Good morning to everybody this morning.
And I don't remember how long ago this has been. Maybe 12, 14 years ago, me and Debbie bought a house over in Briarwood in between while we were getting radio stations worked out, and we flipped the house over there. We spent many, many months in the community. Got to meet a lot of people in Briarwood.
Yeah.
They were extremely nice. And the house turned out great. I never again want to cut a tree in my life. Ever. Do you know the amount of limbs, Odie, that's involved?
Man.
We cut
ball by hand
with a
chainsaw.
Yeah, 52 trees were taken out because you couldn't even see the house.
Well,
and that took care of me ever wanting to cut limbs, ever.
So if you buy one, it's got to have grass growing on a clean lot.
Absolutely. Now, here's another scary one. I have not seen one of these in umpteen dozen years, but we had a little fire yesterday, 8th Street, Advanced Auto. When was the last time that you saw a station wagon? Well,
that brought back some memories.
There you go. The whole family there. This looks like maybe an Oldsmobile, possibly. Is what that looks like. And let's go back here and take a look at the Meridian Fire Department showed up on the scene on this also as we pull this up for you to take a look there. On the scene in the car, they got it out. It didn't hurt the store. But as you can see right there in the hood, that's gone.
Man. And they were there pretty doggone quick, get that out. And still, kudos to Meridian Fire Department as well.
Yeah, fantastic job on that.
We had a wood grain station wagon. And I'd be the little kid in the back window facing the opposite way, be making faces at people behind me.
Wood grain station wagon with the panel on the side.
Yes, man.
Now, I don't know if everybody remembers. Wait a minute. 2 people growing up had one, the McMurtry's in Scuba and also the Irby's, Doc Irby. Because Doc Irby had 9 kids, at least.
Didn't have a choice.
Had to get it.
Yeah.
Everybody had to get it. And they were really what you would call a land yacht.
Oh, they were huge.
Those days are gone.
But they were fun as a little kid because you could climb all over that thing.
That turned into the minivan, am I right, basically?
I guess, yeah, that would take the place of it. Well, the minivan didn't come along until after the...
Chevy van?
Yeah, and what did they call them? It wasn't a panel van. It was...
high-rise?
It was a tall van. Somebody will fill in, but there was a name for that type of van. Had the captain's chair.
Yeah. And they had that little extra roof there on top where you could stand up in it maybe.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, there you go. Times
brought back
changed.
Some old memories right there.
Whew. Let's see here. We'll be right back. We'll tell you some more things that have gone on in the community right around the corner.
Mike Rice here with Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesale. Auctioneer number 1614. With another awesome estate sale for you guys. We have an estate auction here in Meridian, Mississippi on Highway 19 North. The address is 6141 Highway 19 North. You can go to High Bid right now and check it out at www.mikericeauctions.highbid.com. It's a beautiful estate. Check it out. Bid on it. I'm going to tell you, this is probably one of the coolest auctions that we've ever done.
So you ever bought anything from that? You ever won the bids on an estate sale?
I have, and I've got a few things at the house. Amy says you need to get rid of a few things at the house.
She's going to put all your stuff up for an auction, isn't she?
Well, I told her I needed to because I've got too much stuff. I kidded her the other day and called her Fred Sanford because she was
I bet that didn't go up too well.
She laughed because she knows I'm the true Fred Sanford of the family.
You got to have your junk pile.
Oh, I got more than a pile.
Uh-oh.
I'm a...
Have the neighbors started complaining yet?
Not yet. It won't be long if I keep this route up. She told me it's time to clean this up. It's time to clean this up. It's time to clean that up. I said, yes, ma'am.
We're working on it. Hey, don't forget on the 25th, which is right around the corner, is going to be a car show as we'll welcome the return of the classics out of the precast group. It's going to be in the 6200 block of 145, right outside of town there.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, go by and check all that out.
Take the kids. Let them show what real cars were like.
I'm with you on that. Let's see here. A few other things that went on yesterday. Let me get back over here to where we were. Well, I guess these permits are given before we all know that there's wind. And this was the scene, because I got a lot of calls of this going, what's going on over toward Marion? And look at there.
Our phone was going off. I'd went over to see the fire marshal and talk to him. And when I got up to the third floor of the fire department, he goes, have you seen this? And I said, well, what are you talking about? And we looked out that window. And I said, okay, let me do some checking because we got to find out what's on fire. And all of a sudden, phones were burning up, and I was making calls, and it took a little while to realize that forestry was out doing a permitted burn. I just wish they would call and say, we're going to be out here doing a permitted burn.
It would have cut back on the amount of phone calls, would it?
It does. South Alabama will call and let us know when they're going to do a prescribed burn, and we know ahead of time, but we can't get forestry to do that for us.
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. This is going to be. We got. And if you're watching there, we had some spam pop up there, and we're taking care of that right now, where they will not come back again and do that.
Say bye-bye.
They are done. They're out of there. We took care of that. So apologies for all of that weird writing there. Somebody getting happy with their fingers.
We're so popular that now we've got all these people trying to come in here. We got spammers.
Yes, I guess we got. That's kind of like groupies, isn't it?
Yeah. Was old Jefferson say, oh, we are moving on up.
There we go. Decatur, Mississippi yesterday. How y'all doing? Newton County, we got reports there had been a hydraulic spill right there at the intersection as we go over there to Highway 503 and 15 there in the road. And, of course, they brought in that oil soak to get it up, but it was still slick coming up to it, and you could have slid right through the intersection.
Yeah. That stuff's not easy to get up. And, there's so many products out there, but there's only a limited amount of products that we can use that is actually environmentally safe. Well, when government gets involved, guess what? The products don't work near as good.
Oh, because everything's regulated at that point.
Because everything's regulated. So what we've got that really works, they don't want to use anymore.
I can see that.
Use this. It just works a little bit.
Makes you go, I'll leave it at that. Y'all do your own thinking as to how stuff like that happens.
Yeah, so we, that's one reason we keep interstate shut down so long, because we will not open an interstate up if it's slick. We will not open up a road when it's slick, because we cannot take that chance. And working with, we've got a few different record companies that help us with the spill, an actual good cleanup. And it's a tough situation to get out there.
Yeah, it is. So if you're wondering why sometimes things take a little bit more time, that is why. Odie, we had some gunfire yesterday. Now, this would be on A Street. And when it first started coming into it, they kept saying it's over by the Dollar General, and I couldn't quite figure out where it was. And someone was detained. We don't know if charges happened on this. But if you were to go down Front Street Extension and cross the tracks, back across there. Let me pull this up where you can see this a little bit better. This is Front Street here where the Dollar General is right there. It would be A Street behind that, right there where Aguilera Tire is. Someone shot. We're pretty sure a car was hit. I cannot confirm that, but it was reports of several people in the neighborhood saying they thought a car was struck. Police did respond. I think someone was taken, detained at least. We did not get a full report on that, but no one was injured. Thank heavens on that.
And hopefully they'll be able to do an investigation, find out, hey, was that you or not? And it's time to punish these guys.
Somebody, if you'll remember watching as we brought up the old vans, everybody remembers watching either the A-Team or the Hardy Boys. And they drove those vans. Yep. And the question would be, and that was real big, what was that song? And we made love in my Chevy van, and that's all right with me?
Yes, I can't remember the name of it.
But you know what I'm talking about.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. The Shaggin' Wagon?
That's what I was getting at. Would you let anybody go off on a date in one of those?
Not my daughter.
Boy.
You got the carpet on the side? No, we're not doing it.
That was like humongous during the 70s.
Well, Scooby-Doo made that popular.
He did. Scooby was all over it.
Yes, he was.
Was that the name of it? Debbie says Chevy Van. Maybe that was the name of the song.
Okay.
Yeah. But,
could be. I'm not going to argue with you because I just don't know.
Now, as we talk about classic car shows, does anybody restore those, or is that not a thing yet?
I have seen a couple out there. So it does get done.
That's somebody commented every time they went to the store and their wife went and picked the kids for them to be on the safe side.
Just so you won't.
Chris said
something bad.
My wife wouldn't even get in our van.
So yeah.
Oh boy! So just a little memory lane there for you. Let's go over to 24th Street yesterday. Now this would be right off Highway 39 is where this would be. We had more gunshots reported in that area right there yesterday afternoon. And again, no one shot, no one injured or anything like that. But gunshots still took place in the area. It was reported, and well, everybody's safe at the end.
Yeah.
That's the good news on that. We had a fender bender on I-20 yesterday afternoon. We had the Mississippi Highway Patrol respond there. Several people talking about blue lights all over the place. It would be out by the Russell exit. Nothing major, but it would slow down your travel a little bit there as they come along. Those guys work also just as hard there, the MHP boys, and they're everywhere from one county to the next, zooming and going. So we want to say a big thank you to them. And again, gratefully, it's a report that no one was hurt there. Also, we got a report yesterday afternoon. Whoop, there's been a fender bender right up here, right at the intersection, real close to it as we pull this up. Right there. That'd be near the UPS store, near the old Don Waldron's.
Yep.
And then you got Wally Green's across the street and all that. But no serious injury in that also. But that little area from there packed down past Popeye seems to be the place to for insurance companies. It
is. There's a lot of people that go through there, and it's just long lines waiting to go through the light, and you don't have a very long distance where you split between turn right, turn left, and go straight, and you've got that long line, and people are trying to.
And I'm sure this, as you go down North Hill Street, you come across there, and you go past, and you've got Broadmoor Shopping Center on the left, and you've got the old Don Waldron's, and you got Popeyes, where that road shrinks. It's always that guy that's going to ride the left lane and try to zoom ahead of everybody instead of playing.
Instead of getting, and then you've got that one person that says, "Oh, I've got to go to the shopping center," and then you get stuck behind them because you thought they were going to go straight too, and then you're
There's a lot of uh-ohs right there because sometimes you just can't quite get fast enough to get around everybody.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Let's see. Millie said that her brother-in-law had a Chevy van, custom painted like Star Wars, and it was cool at the time. I didn't see that one.
I didn't either, but I bet that would have been cool. You know, because Star Wars was good then, and it's coming back.
I did see a 78 Impala the other day riding around with Kellogg's Tony the Tiger on it in town.
You know, Skittles and all this other stuff. I mean, really? Because you ain't getting paid.
Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of that is.
I don't either, but I'm not doing my ride like that unless you pay me.
I'm going to find a product that really fits you. I don't know what it is. You can have the wrap done if you like your car done in a certain way.
Oh, yeah. And it looks great.
Yeah.
But you're going to pay me for advertising. If I put Skittles on there, I got a check coming, or either a box of Skittles coming or something.
All right, good morning to you, Scotty Ray and Odie, as we begin this cool morning. Again, we've got some frost until 9 o'clock this morning. Freeze warning is still in effect. It will happen again tonight. Brr.
That's right.
Keep warm. We'll be right back and tell you about the threat of severe weather and also a trip back in time All that's next.
Mike Rice here with Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesale. Auctioneer number 1614 with another awesome estate sale for you guys. We have an estate auction here in Meridian, Mississippi on Highway 19 North. The address is 6141 Highway 19 North. You can go to High Bid right now and check it out at www.mikericeauctions.highbid.com. It's a beautiful estate. Check it out. Bid on it. I'm going to tell you, this is probably one of the coolest auctions that we've ever done.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
J&J Tire Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
And welcome back as we begin this hump day. There's going to be a camel pass through. It's imaginary, but y'all...
A two-humper.
A two-humper there. As we talk about career changes, and we've done this several times, MCC, one of the best-known colleges in the United States, ranks in the top 10 of all. And they've got career changes. If you're watching, you're going... I'm bored. I want a different type of life for myself. Or maybe you're retired. Just say, hey, I'd like to do something different. Well, they've got all types of classes out there. A medical assisting technology means you can help out with everything that goes on in a medical business, behind the scenes and on the administrative side. It really makes a big difference in your pay of being taught a new skill and going in with this.
You know, this even goes as if you didn't graduate high school,
right,
and you never went and got a GED, you can go to MCC, sign up, get the GED, and then go to one of these classes, and now you're earning a living.
That's right.
You're paying taxes, you're benefiting the community, and you're providing for your family. And you can do all that right here at MCC in Meridian.
Now, not only do they do this, it's all types of career changes. Give them a call. Let me give you that number there that you can reach out and talk to them today. 601-581-3571. They explain all the programs. You can go online. You just go to Facebook and type in Meridian Community College. It'll pull it up. You can learn more.
And see everything.
Yeah, pretty neat little deal there.
Yes, it is.
Now, we're just to do something imaginary because we've had some technical difficulties in the background. And as we go to this day in history, normally I can see that right in front of me, but no, not today here. So I'm going to see if this works. We're going to try. Let's see what happens here. Oh, my
man,
heavens,
look at here.
Carl Smith was born. And you're thinking, well, who is Carl Smith? He was married to June Carter Cash at one time. Carl Smith was a big one. What's her name? I Fell in Love. I think that was her dad also. It'll come to me. I fell in love. Hang on, it'll come to me in a minute. But
I'm not sure.
Big country music star back in the day. He really was huge. Elvis kind of blew him out of the water, but that's okay. I'll think of her name in a second. Let's see here. 1935, we all watched this. Danny DeVito, the very first time I ever saw him was in this TV show. And this guy, and I'd never known his name, Judd, how do you pronounce that? Hirsch? Hirsch. You remember him from Taxi?
I do. I wouldn't have got him by his name, but yeah. And he's been in a few other different programs and always funny.
Yeah, so... But thinking back on Taxi, and I don't remember this guy here. Let me put this back up there. This guy that's in the background, right there. You know, he passed away about 3-4 years ago. I don't remember his name, but he did pass away with that.
Isn't that Chachi up there at the top?
That was Chachi, right there.
What was his name?
Scott Baio.
Scott Baio, that's it. Yep.
Scott there. Carlene Carter. Thank you.
Well, look at there.
You want to talk about just that moment where it was on the tip of your tongue and it wouldn't come out?
It just
Thank
wouldn't
you.
get there. Wow.
Let's see here. It was this day, 1954. It was a big deal back then. People truly trusted their newsman. And it was a big decision for a network to put someone in that seat. It would be today that, well, you'd meet this fella and you'd really like him a whole lot. As Walter Cronkite premiered CBS, 1954.
You know, they didn't go left or go right. It didn't matter what you thought about it or what they thought about it. It was, here's what happened.
Right.
And you make your own decision. We're going to give you the information we know. And these guys battled it out. You didn't have but three.
And it was your choice.
And if it was your choice, you made it. But you're right. I mean, America put their trust in these guys to give them the actual truth.
Do you remember, because back in Scuba, you could only get two of the three. And then the other was on what they used to call UHF, and you really had to have a strong antenna to pick up that other one.
Or either you had to hold the antenna while Mom and Daddy watched the TV. Don't you let go of that.
Hold that tinfoil. Y'all know you done it. Don't act like you didn't.
My daddy had a remote control back in 1974.
Ooh,
It was me. It was.
I don't know if you ever...
Get up, boy. Go change that channel.
Did you see the video to Pam Tillis, Queen of Denial, to where she has the guy sitting in front of her every time she wanted to change the channel, she reached down and popped one on the head. Pop, pop.
And he changed it. Oh, that's about the way I was. Go change that, boy.
Yep. Okay. 1963, and this guy really was. He's been on rehabs, and he's been on this show and that show. Anybody remember the group Poison?
Oh, yeah. They were big.
Give me something to believe in. Brett Michaels. And, of course, he was the star of that group without a doubt. And I'm sure they had other songs. That just happens to be the only one I know.
They had a bunch of good music. I listened to some of it. That wasn't hard rock. That was, I guess it was harder than what we were used to, but I can't get into that.
I'm going to shock y'all, but I can remember my senior prom standing there going, I don't know none of this stuff y'all listening to. What is this?
We in Spain, when I was in the Navy, we'd go over and get off. We'd spend 3 or 4 days at these different ports. And one of the big ones is over in Rota, Spain. And they had a bar called Guns N' Roses. And then they had another one. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, they played a lot of American music. And everybody in there is singing these word for word. But you go up and try and talk to them, and they're like, and
you can understand them.
Yeah, you can sing it, but you don't know how to talk it. No, I can't communicate with you, so...
One of the most beautiful women that ever graced a television set has a birthday today. 1975, she was born, Eva Longoria. Did I pronounce that right?
Longoria, something like that.
Yeah. If y'all just say it fast, won't nobody question you.
Yeah, they'll know who you're talking about. Just say that beautiful brunette.
Yeah. I remember watching Peter Jennings and him talking to these world leaders, and I'm thinking, something fat was that guy's name. He always... That foreign leader, I can't even.
That
guy. Can you imagine having to do that every night? I'd nickname everybody like Trump would.
And all these other countries and everything else. Nope, I'd be lost.
1977, and this somehow or another turned out to be a big hit. They had a lot of people that were guest stars on it. Who remembers in 1977 sitting down and watching 8 is Enough? They outdone the Bradys.
And now he sells. Or didn't he go to selling
life insurance?
Didn't he have the hair club for men?
I think you're right. Yeah, I think
it was.
There's no hope for me.
Well, somebody says yours is receding. I said mine's retreating.
Somebody said there was still a little bit of static there on the television. I don't know if they've gotten that worked out or not. We've gotten in touch with them, but if you're having huge trouble, you can watch it on television, turn the audio on YouTube or Facebook. Scotty Ray Report is how you find us there. Another big show, and we would all just, we couldn't even pause television back then to catch it. You had to get a VCR some 10 years later. Who remembers? Y'all don't act like you didn't do that.
Yeah, you know you did.
Three's Company premiered. Suzanne Summers. And ironically, if I'm not mistaken, she was really on the show, a year?
She wasn't on there an awful long time.
She demanded more money, and they said no. Gave the money to Jack, and she left. Now, the other girls that they put in there were Terry, and they were good, but Suzanne
It
Summers
wasn't Suzanne Summers.
I know.
And then she had to go sell the, what was it, the Thigh Master?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You bought 5, didn't you?
You had 2 of them anyway. Never did work.
Had to use it, didn't you?
Yeah.
That really, if I had to use that thing, y'all think back of all those things that they sold it in the overnight hours on television for years.
Send
Chuck
it to
Norris
us.
is somewhere right now on a treadmill in America.
Yeah, making a killing. It'll be there in 6 to 8 weeks.
And George Foreman, that really what made him.
Yeah, and we sat there and waited patiently 6 to 8 weeks, and now we get mad if Amazon ain't got our delivery in 2 days.
You're right. America's temperament has changed on all that.
Just a little bit.
1956, this would be a big day. Little did Elvis know he was giving away half of what he would make from their own as he signed the contract with Colonel Tom Parker, who got 50% of everything that Elvis made. He gambled most of his.
And he made
Elvis
it.
do all the work.
Yeah, setback.
One of the coolest songs that was ever recorded went number 1 on this date, 1970. We still stand around and hum it. If you're running down our country, man, well, you're walking on the fighting side of me.
That's right.
The Mighty Merle Haggard went number 1 in 19. Can you believe that was 1970?
That's what I'm just sitting here thinking. There's no way it's that long ago.
A lot of what he
Man.
said in that song is still true today. Now,
Yep.
I hate to admit this, I never watched not an episode of this show, ever.
I hadn't.
You didn't either?
No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't
It's been
my
played
type.
in the house.
It just
but-
wasn't my thing.
No.
The Wonder Years premiered on this date back in 1988, and I've heard people say it was good.
Well, when we were growing up, we had, I guess, the one that would compare to that would be like Saved by the Bell or something
I remember
like that. I think that's what took that place was more of this. But
But you know how you walk through, and if something doesn't make you stop and stare at it at least for 2 minutes, it's probably not a good
Not
TV
any
show.
good.
It
Yep.
wasn't my thing. Mr. Belvedere, I never watched any of this either, but I know it was big at the time, premiered on this. He was kind of like the butler of the house, if I remember.
Yep, he was.
I think Alf was a little bit bigger at the time, but
That was my favorite one. I killed me. I loved Alf.
oh, let's see here. Here's a group that changed their name because they felt that they were offending a bunch of people in America. Now they're known as Lady A, and they had a number 1 song in 11 called Need You Now.
Yep, good song, and I like it. But now they're caught up in a lawsuit.
Yeah, with the lady who is Lady A.
Lady A. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Again, not my type of, I don't know what kind of music it is, but it's just not my thing.
it's in between rock and country.
In between.
Yeah, and that's why they picked country. Country's not country anymore.
No, it's not. But,
Got to have a fiddle in the band.
you're right. You should write a song about that, Odie.
Let me write that down.
I think it'll be a number 1 hit.
Yeah, I bet we could get something out of that.
7:43. Good morning to you. We'll be right back as we try to bring a smile to you and yours, and we'll keep warm, y'all.
Hi, I'm Nick Lisi. I am owner of Pinch and Tails Crawfish Shack here in Marion, Mississippi. We are located right across the street from the Subway Sandwich Shop, right next to the Little Griddle. If you're a seafood lover, we have the absolute best seafood in town. We carry crawfish, shrimp, lobster tails, raw oysters, snow crab, corn potato sausage, all the fixins. And for all of your special orders and catering needs, please call 601-934-0598. We're located in downtown Marion.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
They're still sipping coffee over at the Farm Supply, but the doors are wide open this morning. They're ready for business for you to come on in and take advantage of the many, many different flowers and plants that they've got out there. Now, you wait till 9 o'clock. They're not going to yell at you if you want to wait till it's a little bit warmer to come on in.
That's it.
And you got to have a fern because, well, you have to replace them each year.
Well, now I've got to get one since Amy found her a basket.
Well, there you go. You just found
So
out
now I gotta
have it.
Yeah. So now I got to go find a fern to put in it.
Key thing with these are when you buy them, make sure to water them. So many people forgot to do that.
And they turn brown, and that
Yes,
means
they
they're
do.
no good no more.
So water your plants. They'll tell you about really. They'll walk through this and tell you at the Farm Supply how to treat them and how to make them last. As we look at this, maybe you need a little grass this year. Got some dry spots that you want to get taken care of in your yard. They do all that. Those plants are everywhere with chairs and so much inside to take and rock, whatever you want to do. Maybe you need some turkey calls. Maybe you need a pair of boots. Feed, seed, the whole 9 yards. It's all right there. Take care of your horses, your cows, and your mules. They'll do it for you there at the Farm Supply here in Meridian, exit 151 there. Good morning to everyone as we get a few smiles and start this day going.
Doug said my brain was growing. See, I'm getting knowledgeable. Baby, did you hear that? I told you I was smarter.
Tell her not to mess with you tonight when you get home. You're going to be the smart one up in there.
That's right.
Don't forget, this is coming up, the Bud and Bowling Cook-Off. It's going to be May the 6th, as this was humongous last year as Meridian turned out for this big event. Daniel Howes will be one of the ones that will be performing there. Now, that's downtown Meridian. They'll have it all roped off where you can go in and enjoy. That they had that group last year that dressed up like Bo Duke and Daisy.
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah.
They were good.
They were good. And it was a big day. And so hopefully let's get out stronger than what we did last year.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else is going on across the place here? Let's see. We'll come back to him.
You know, I read that right there.
About the Florida 8-year-old?
Yes, and a 8-year-old child choked another one. He complained that he couldn't breathe, so he let him go and grabbed a knife and swung it at him and cut his neck. It didn't die, but then he started hitting the police. There was a couple other kids that were around that detained the little boy.
Until the police arrived?
Until the police arrived, so he was resisting arrest. Don't know what he hit the police with, but they've got him on 4 or 5 different charges. 8 years old.
Now, you compare this to the little boy that shot somebody at 6. Nothing was done there. There's charges here. Again, we go back to family upbringing.
And this is what's going to happen if you let that little 6-year-old go. Golly, you talking about heartbreaking.
I know.
OMG. But if you let that 6-year-old go without some kind of punishment, do I think he needs to be thrown in confinement? No. But something's got to be done or this is going to continue to happen.
It will. And it grows into a life and spirals out of control.
Yeah, he needs help. He may not need prison, but he needs help.
Sometimes, and as we all know, that a person goes into jail when they come out, they're educated in a career criminal because they've been around other people that have taught them what to do when they get out. You know that as well as I do.
Yep. And
it's an institution
of higher learning, and it's not the education that we grew up knowing about.
Crystal Springs, Mississippi is where we'll go next. Of a headline that's happening across the state of Mississippi now as we find that a teacher has been charged with molestation. We'll leave it at that. It's just awful that something is even brought up that way. Crystal Springs is where that went on there. Let's see here. Vicksburg, Mississippi. Let's go to the west side. Maybe you go to town, you're with your wife, and she really upsets you. At no time, Odie, do you chase Amy with the car and make her jump in somebody else's. And when she closes the door, you just ram the car.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that old boy was mad at his wife.
He was upset.
Yeah, they've taken him down to the county lockup.
He won't have to worry about that no more.
He may miss Easter.
He's not going to be there to hunt Easter eggs.
Ooh, boy. Really, it's amazing. And that is probably the deadliest thing that happens in America is domestic disputes. And that's family arguments where they just cannot get along anymore.
That's right. That's tough. And then the law enforcement gets involved, and it's a dangerous situation, and it's scary for them.
Yeah.
We hate it.
As we had Holly on last night, and I asked her, I said, did you notice another old boy from Mississippi there? And she goes, yeah, he's moved to Nashville. This is from Raymond, Mississippi. Another Mississippian has made it to The Voice. Blake did choose him for his team there. His name is Walker Wilson. Raymond, Mississippi.
Mississippi, looking good. There's something in the water.
It is.
Somebody asked about forever chemicals. I hope it doesn't have anything to do with the forever chemicals, that's in the water, which we don't deal a whole lot with.
Yeah.
Teflon is a big one. But talk about something in the water. I mean, look at what we're doing on these shows with The Voice, Mississippi. We're doing something right.
Yeah, we are. So y'all watch that. You go back, Charlie Pride. I mean, come on, Conway Twitty, the list, Elvis,
Marty Stewart.
Yeah,
you name it. Well, the father of country music,
old Jimmy.
Yeah, Mo Bandy. You name it, we've got it, and it's come from Mississippi. And the blues. Oh man.
Oh, it doesn't get any better than that.
No.
There truly is something here. If you're watching us from another state, come by for a visit.
Yeah.
Yep. You'll like what you see here. Scotty Ray and Odie, as we begin this morning, again, still chilly, just above the freezing degree mark, as we'll have frost through, another hour till about 9 o'clock. We'll be right back.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hummon. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
Are you looking for a trustworthy place to buy your next car or truck? Visit my friends at Massey Supermart Auto Sales. They've been doing business since 1955. There's a reason they've been in business for so long. They have fair prices, superior service, and repeat customers. For your next quality pre-owned vehicle, it's Massey Supermart Auto Sales. Taking care of your car needs at 1023 Highway 39 North.
Profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
As we go to Maple's One-Stop Shop, 6 locations around town that you can get gas, whatever you may be looking for, even a piece of bacon, a biscuit. Look at those grits.
Man, that made the old tummy rumble.
It did. And we're going to have breakfast, and before long, it'll be lunchtime as they'll be serving up some great chicken. Eating that. Maybe you want vegetables and a plate lunch. They've got that also. About $9.99. You'll find it there at the Chevron on St. Paul or out in Collinsville. Great menu to choose from. Coffee, a whole lot more. You do it every morning by there, don't you?
Man, I tell you, I love it. The people are super nice. The facility is clean, and you just couldn't ask for it better.
Good, clean,
yes. So it's always welcoming when you walk in there. So go see them at all their locations. They'll be glad to see you and be happy and got a smile on their face.
They do it that. Drop in. That's Maple's One-Stop Shop. As we head toward 8 o'clock this morning, wintertime just about over. This should be one of our last cool snaps, unless we have that April thing.
That's it. We spring break around here, we've always gotten some type of cold snap. We've even had snow during spring break. So hopefully once we get through this week, we'll be good to go.
Lynn Robinson wanted to know how she can listen to the interview with Holly. It is listed on our Facebook page, a couple of items down from last night, or you can go to YouTube and look up the Scotty Ray Report, Sam Media, and it will be there under special, and you can watch that. One of the best interviews that I have ever done. She was really, she's
Yes.
so godly, thankful of where she got. She knows that it was passed on to her by the hand of God. You don't get that with artists these days. Most people don't bring up religion when you talk to me.
And then
Holly's not that way.
You asked her, how far back do you remember? And she says, well, Mom and Dad said I was on stage at, what'd she say, church at like 3 years old.
Yeah.
She remembers at 6. That's, wow. And look at you now.
Somewhere she sent me a picture a year or so ago, me and her, when she was, I think she was 6 or 7, somewhere right along in there. And golly, I'm old now. Holly,
You can
thank
tell this
Thank
great.
you, Holly.
I tried that Just for Men beard.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
It worked out great for a day, and then I looked, and I had this gray coming back, and I said, I'm not doing this every day. I
so
said,
you
I'll
have
just
to do
stay
it
with
every
gray.
day?
Well, I mean, the goatee grows faster than the rest of it.
What was
So
that?
it was just growing out past the dye.
What was that jingle commercial? Wash that gray right out of my hair. Do you remember that?
yeah, that's that.
What was that?
5.
But I'm not wrong. That did
No,
happen, didn't it?
wash that gray right out of your hair. You're gonna wash it. Yeah,
He knows the song.
I tried it, and it worked good. Of course, I'm in the bathroom with a little brush, and I'm sitting there going, okay, 4 minutes, and then it's like, man, that looks pretty good, and I'm young. And the next day, it's like, well, where'd it go?
Look, Odie, I know you got a drone somewhere in your truck. You and I might need a weekend event. In Oxford, Mississippi, there is a reward being offered for a pet. We thought we'd show this if you're in that area there. $2,100 is the reward that they are offering for their pup bag.
Woo! $2,100.
That's a special dog, let me tell you there. But as we all know, you truly cannot, when you get a best friend, you cannot put a cap on money of what something is worth to you, and they really want that dog back.
And if I had $2,100 in my pocket,
Right.
and my dog came up missing, I'd be right there with him. I'll give you $2,100.
And then try to
help me
negotiate
find
once
my
the dog was found.
Yeah. Well, you didn't. It took you longer than 2 days.
Oh, have mercy.
So,
Yeah.
hey.
We do have a chance of severe weather that's going to be on the western side of Mississippi on Thursday night, and then a small chance just south of Meridian on Friday. Now, they're all level 1s. There's nothing too serious there, but we want you to know about it. We'll be watching this should the threat grow bigger. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, behind the scenes all day for all your headlines. Odie, we got to go.
Man, it's already through it. We'll be back tomorrow.
See y'all then. Y'all be careful and smile.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: